Hi guys, this is Ahmed Hamid. Welcome back to my channel. Now guys, if you remember my video from last week, the last previous video, I showed you how to do track texting where the movement follows your subject. So in this video, in this tutorial, I'm actually going to show you how to track text on a building. So it doesn't necessarily have to be text, it can be a logo. So for example, an Instagram logo or a Davinci Resolve logo. We're gonna keep this text static, so you can actually put a logo on a building and make it kind of like a cool kind of look. You know, it's fun. I mean, most of the work in this is to do with in the Fusion tab of Davinci Resolve. Now, when I say Fusion tab, a lot of people get freaked out because they find it a bit too confusion. Sorry, I had to get that joke in, guys. Yeah, they find it very confusing because they think it's technical, but it's not. Go back to my previous video. I will leave a link at the end of this video so you can see what we've touched on last week. So yeah guys, so in what situation would you actually use this? So let's just say, for example, you're on holiday. Let's just say a famous building, like let's say Las Vegas, the Stratosphere building, or Dubai, the Burj Khalifa building. You know, you can actually use these effects on them kind of famous iconic buildings. So without talking too much guys, I'm just gonna go into this video and show you how it's done. Okay guys, the way I normally do this is if you watched my video last week, the previous one, so again it's the same process. So you'd make cuts. So let's just check this clip out. So you see that clip, the camera's panning upwards. This is a drone footage which I took of the clock tower, and by the way, you can see the full video on my second channel. I'll link that at the bottom of my page. But yeah, so let's just say I want to work with this clip right here. So what I'm going to do here is basically just put the playhead back, make sure it's selected, then you right click and then new fusion clip. So that's what we want to do. We want to work with the new fusion clip. So then you go into the fusion tab, and then make sure the media one is selected, then shift and space bar together, and then we want to type in planner tracker, so PL, and it should come up as soon as you put PL. Remember, it's planar tracker, not the planar transform. We want the planar tracker, and then add, and then by default it should touch between the media one and media out. So if it doesn't attach, you can always drag it in between by keeping the Alt press and drag it in between, but that's how it should come. So once we've done this guys, what we want to do here is we want to draw a square as to where we want this logo. So let's just say I want to put the Davinci Resolve logo on this clock, the face of the clock. So let's just put a square here. Well, I say a square, but what I mean is a line. So we're just gonna so we're just gonna attach four lines here and there. So what you can do is you can always adjust it afterwards, so don't feel it's you know, the end of the world and you can't do nothing about it now. You can still adjust these. So once we've got these, so then what we want to do is we want to set this. So you click on set. So once you've done that, what we want to do is we want to click on this track to end. So what that basically will do is, now you can see those green lines. So basically those green lines is actually showing us where all the tracking is going to take place. So you can see the green lines are actually on the face of the clock. So that means we're in a very good position. It's tracking smoothly, and once it gets to the end, then you want to track backwards. So you see that red line going. So once it reaches to the end, then it should be okay. So like I say, guys, once you get in the habit of using this Fusion tab, everything else is downhill. The tracking is very good on this Davinci Resolve. You can see it's not moved out of position, which is a good thing. So there we've got it, guys. So what I'm going to do here is there's the Davinci Resolve. So you might want to get this logo from Google, from Google search engine, or just type in Davinci Resolve logo, and then you can always drag it into Davinci Resolve. Then I'll bring this down here, and there we go. So all the tracking information is down here. Now what I'm going to do here is on the track point tracker, I'm going to change this to hybrid point area. So basically what that'll actually, I'm going to leave that to point. I'm going to change the operation mode. Sorry, my bad. I'm going to change that to corner pin. Now you can see this, what this actually does is it gives you more room to actually focus on the area where you want it. So, I mean, you don't actually have to use this. It's just an extra feature, but it's there. You can use it if you want. So basically there's the Instagram logo. You can rename this if you want to Insta logo, or sorry, a Davinci Resolve logo. It's up to you. But if you know what it is, which we do, it doesn't really matter. Then I'm going to attach this to the planer tracker, and there you go, guys. Can you see that? So what you can do is press the planer tracker, and you can still adjust it. Like I say, it's never too late. You can still have the power to adjust this. So there you go. We're just going to make it realistic with these points. So let's just have a look, see how that's looking. Oops, there you can see that. Do you see that, guys, how it's come out good? So what we can do here is, oops, if I go into them, yeah. So what we can do here is now, just to give it that realistic, the realistic look, what I'm going to do here is we can always put a drop shadow on here. So the way I do this is just make sure the media 2, I call it media 2, but we're going to, this is the Davinci Resolve logo. Make sure that's selected. Then we want to do shift and space bar again. Then what we want to type in is drop. The drop shadow, that's what we want, and add. And then by default that should attach to the media 2, which is the Davinci Resolve logo and the planer tracker. And what we want to do here is, can you see over here now, we can actually have the power. Now watch what happens to the logo. Can you see it's creating that shadow effect? See, we're doing that just to make it look realistic. So you can actually, I think it's very important, to put the drop shadow effect, because it looks very realistic there. Can you see the intensity of the shadow? So let's just see how that looks now. Yeah, and there you go, guys. Look how awesome that is. Absolutely, just realistic. So this is what I meant earlier when I said you can attach it to these famous landmark buildings like the Burj Khalifa. This gives you an idea, guys, of how the tracking works. But yeah, I hope you did like this video, guys. If you did, just have a play around with it and just get used to that habit of creating all these fun stuff. You'll absolutely love it. But yeah, guys, that was it for now. But if you did like this video, guys, please give me a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching.